Hey, happy Tuesday, happy book review day. Today's book is Rosa Lowinger's Dwell Time, a memoir of art, exile, and repair. I met Rosa when I went to the West Hollywood event for The Great Clavet, and we ended up chatting at a birthday party, and she was telling me about her book and kind of the tour and talking to people and stuff like that, and we were just sharing that information. So as soon as I got back, I bought a copy. I ended up actually getting the audiobook. Which she reads. And I didn't get a chance to ask her about that process, but it's a very difficult process to record an audiobook and, to be consistent and to speak at a tone consistently throughout the book. And, even though you're reading your own words, and in her case, it's a memoir, so it's her own life. Um, it's hard to get that just right. And she really does a great job with it. The book does really kind of five things really well, which is, it tells a really interesting story about a Jewish Cuban family, which I know with the Jewish diaspora, they're all across the world, but I didn't realize there's a concentration in Cuba. And so that was really interesting to me. It also really looks at the history of Cuba and, talks about that in a way that I don't know that I mean, I know a little bit about Cuba, but the book does a great job of shedding a lot of light on what was going on in that country and kind of the historical period that her family lives through. Um, Three, it really talks about what she does as her livelihood, which is art preservation and restoration, which is super interesting. Um, I've seen examples of bad art restoration, which are almost laughably bad and funny sometimes, but I had no idea how, what went into it or all of the different struggles. And she does a really good job of getting technical without being dull, which, to make something compelling that maybe does not interest a lot of people is a trick in itself. It also really, Rosa also does a really good job of um, reflecting on complicated family relationships um, and just kind of struggles of parenting and just relationships and dynamics in general. And then the last trick is that the book is well written and easy to read. It's engaging and interesting. So, there's this kind of momentum to her book that it just keeps you reading. It's easy to do in like a thriller or a detective novel or something like that. Where you can do tricks to keep the reader reading, short chapters and cliffhangers at the end and changing point of view. But this is a memoir, so this is somebody's life, and she does a great job of keeping you reading, or in my case, listening. Um, I found myself going back and reading more about Cuba based on what I got out of the book here as well, and um, I'd also say the book itself is structured really interestingly. It's in all of these different mediums. I assume ones that Rosa works in, which are ceramic and mosaic and plastic and concrete and marble. And so you get the overlay of her work and the restoration um, and repair and how those different techniques apply to those different mediums. And then there's also the family dynamic that is fracturing and struggling and the repair that she is doing there as well. So it's a really neat metaphor for the personal and family work that she's doing there as well. Um, I would definitely recommend Dwell Time by Rosa Lowinger. Um, Super interesting. I will definitely come back to it again, and I think you'd enjoy it. What are you reading? Have a great day.